Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Over the years, I've made plenty of videos on how to draw shapes kind of like this, but never exactly like this. And if you want to take a screenshot of that right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to take an ellipse and I'm going to make it 5 inches. And then I'm going to change my nudge. You know what? My nudge factor is set on 2.5. I'm just going to hit the plus key and hit it down twice. And then I'm going to hit the plus key and I'm going to go down one and over one. And then just Control D, Control D. Now, the first one, the first line you draw needs to be on the quadrant with a 2-point line. Start moving and hold down your control button. This line placement will determine how big this little lip is. So let's zoom in a little bit and let's get a 2-point line and let's go see this little triangle right here. So I'm going to go from right there, holding down the control button. That might be too much of a point, so we can move it over just a hair. Well, that's really too far. You know, it's hard to move, but I've got it inside the circle now. Now we need to draw a 2-point line, and this will determine how big it is. I'm just going to go from there to there, holding down the control. Go to that node and then start moving and hold down the control button. I'm going to get the virtual segment delete key. I'm going to hold down my Alt key, and I'm going to, whoa. Then I'm going to swipe through there and then swipe through there and swipe through there and then cut that line out. Now I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and fill that in, and look at that. Now you could do two things. You could left click, right click, Control D, and mirror it, holding down the control button. Grab this, Control D, grab the two-sided arrow and mirror it. So I got a really long one. Then you could just take your virtual segment delete key, or you could weld it. And I could have done it without that. I could have just filled it in. And of course, always I want to take the Smart Fill tool. The Smart Fill tool is going to give you a solid pattern or a solid unit. But see that little peak right there, and that's determined. Now let's go left click, right click. And let's actually make a duplicate of this. I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to Control D and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Well, I'm going to have some really long boxes type deal right there. That's cool enough within itself. But we could take this one, hold down the shift key so it'll grow internally or reduce internally, Control D, and rotate this 90 degrees and look at the difference, and then weld this. So this, you almost have like a square with a little bit of a lip. Here you have a big lip, much like these right here. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.